Hello, so this video is going to be about conjunctions and punctuation. So first of all, what are conjunctions? Conjunctions are linkers or connectors, so they connect ideas or words. So there's two types of conjunctions. The first type is fanboys or coordinating conjunctions. So coordinating conjunctions, we can remember them with fanboys, the acronym fanboys. So they stand for and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Those are the 7 fanboys that there are. And here we have them. So for is like because. I won't sleep early tonight, for I have a lot of work to do. Then and, in addition. He is going to buy a car and a house. Nor, in addition, but negative. They are never late, nor are they ever sick. But, contrast, I like apples, but I don't like bananas. Or, option, I will go to the beach or to the amusement park. Yet, contrast, the sun was shining, yet it was cold. And so, result or consequence. The store was closed, so I went back home. So, as we can see here, when we have a fanboys and then when we have a subject and a verb, we put a comma before the fanboy. But if we have a fanboys but there is no comma, if we have a fanboy but there's no subject or verb, then we don't put a comma. So we only put a comma when after the fanboy we have a subject and a verb. So like here, or like here. So subject and verb, so we put a comma. Subject and verb, so we put a comma. Subject and verb, so we put a comma, and subject and verb, so we put a comma. But these ones, they don't have a subject and a verb, at least in this example. But we can have other examples like he is going to buy a car, comma, and he is going to buy a house, or I will go to the beach, comma, or I will go to the amusement park. So it depends. We can have it like this, depending on the sentence, or if we have a subject and a verb, we need a comma before the fanboy. If we have the subject and the verb after the fanboy, we need a comma before it. So the second type of conjunctions are subordinating conjunctions, which is just everything that's not fanboys. So just like everything, for example, since, although, because, even though, and when. So, I don't know, because it was raining, he had to use an umbrella. That would be, we would be using there because, which is a subordinating conjunction. So there's a lot of subordinating conjunctions. But here are just some of them. So we have since. Since is for reasons. Since we finished our work, comma, we have free time. Then when, for time. We were home when they arrived. Because, reason. I like cake because it is sweet. Although, comparison. Although I didn't study, I passed the quiz. Even though, comparison. I bought a TV even though I said I wasn't going to. As, reason. They can't go outside as it is raining. If, condition. If we don't wash our hands, we'll get sick. Before, for time. Before you start cooking, wash your hands. And unless, condition as well. Unless you finish your homework, you can't go outside. So those are just a few of the subordinating conjunctions. And as we can notice, if we start the sentence with the subordinating conjunction, we need a comma before the other part of the sentence. So here, since we finished our work, comma, we have free time. Although I didn't study comma, I passed the quiz. So in these types of sentences, we can so here's the sentence, we can put the last part first with a comma in the middle, and then it would still be okay. So if we have we were home when they arrived, we can also put we were home when they arrived. We can also put when they arrived, we were home. And it would be the same as long as we have a comma in the middle. We were home when they arrived. When they arrived, comma, we were home, like that. So we can change it around just with a comma in the middle. Here, they can't go outside as it is raining. It can also be as it is raining, comma, they can't go outside, just like that. So those are just some of the subordinating conjunctions. And as I said, if you have the subordinating conjunction at the beginning, you need a comma before the other part of the sentence. So then here is just a list of subordinating conjunctions, of more subordinating conjunctions. And there's more than these, but this is just a list. So then here we have exercises, 3 exercises. And we have a blank, and I just want you to fill in the blank with one of the words, one of the conjunctions here. So I'm gonna give you a few seconds. You can pause the video if you want to, and then we'll check them all together. Okay, so let's check the answers. The first one says, I've got a brother, a sister. So would it be, I've got a brother and a sister, I've got a brother but a sister, and I've got a brother because a sister. So the answer would be, and I've got a brother and a sister. So I've got a brother in addition to a sister. Then number 2, it was very sunny last Sunday. We went to the beach. It was very sunny last Sunday, so we went to the beach. It was very sunny last Sunday if we went to the beach, or it was very sunny last Sunday unless we went to the beach. Which one would it be? So it would be so. It was very sunny last Sunday, so we went to the beach. We also know because there's a comma here. So because there's a comma here, it means that this has to be a fan voice. And the only fan boy is so, at least here. The only one is so. Then, would you like meat, vegetables for lunch? Even though, since, or. So it would be, would you like meat or vegetables for lunch? Then let's move on to punctuation. So in English, there's different types of punctuation. Here are some of them. For example, the period, question mark, comma, exclamation mark, quotation mark, colon, semicolon, apostrophe, hyphen, slash, ellipsis, parentheses, brackets. There's a lot of punctuation marks. So here we have some of them. So the period, it's this one. I love watching movies. We use the period when we finish a complete idea. When we have a full idea, we use a period at the end of the sentence. Then question mark. Question mark, what is your name? So just at the end of questions, we have the question mark here. Then comma. It is a nice car, comma, but it is too expensive. So as we've seen, we use a comma before a fanboys when it has after a subject and a verb, or we also use it when we start with the subordinating conjunction. We use it to separate the two parts of the sentence. And there's other ways to use a comma, like in lists, like I like apples, comma, bananas, comma, oranges, comma, and kiwis. So in lists and other things, like when you have introductory statements at the beginning of sentences. But yeah, the comma here because it's before the fanboy and then subject verb. Then we have an exclamation mark. That's the woman who stole my money. So here we can see that an exclamation mark is used to express like shock, surprise, anger, or a raised voice. So here the person is probably angry. So that's why it says, that's the woman who stole my money, exclamation mark. Then a colon, it's used when we have like lists. So Tom was so hungry, he ate everything in the house, chips, pizza, and candy. So here, used to indicate what is to follow next. Then we have a semicolon. I love apples. I hate bananas. So the semicolon is used when we have a fanboy and a comma, but we don't want to use it. We're like, nah, let's not use comma fanboy. So we just change comma fanboy for semicolon, and it's the same thing, it's correct. So we can change it here for a semicolon. It is a nice car, semicolon. It is too expensive. So it'll be the same thing. Then we have an apostrophe that talks about, well, tells us about possession or contractions. So that's Martha's brother, that's possession, and he isn't tall, is not contraction. Then the hyphen is used to glue words together. So she is my mother-in-law. There has two hyphens. Parentheses to add like extra information. So he finally said, after taking 5 minutes to think, that he did not understand the question. And then we have quotation marks, which they say that somebody said something. So I hope you will go to the party, he said. So to know that somebody is speaking that. Now, although capitalization is not punctuation, I just want you to remember that at the start of sentences, we have to use capital letters. What are capital letters? Like this one. The A here, the M here. So at the start or the beginning of sentences, we use capital letters, and also improper nouns like Aguascalientes, Mexico, July, September, Edgar, Hernandez, Canada, Jupiter, Julia, all of those use capital letters like this because they're proper, like specific, or at the start of sentences. Then here we have we have 5 statements and we are missing the punctuation. So I want you to think about it and add the punctuation in each of the blanks. I'm gonna give you a few seconds and you can pause the video if you want to. Okay, so let's check it. The first one says, what is your name? So this one is a question, so we're missing a question mark. The second one says, he went to school, but he didn't do anything. So here we have fanboys, but, and then we have a subject and then a verb. So we are missing the comma. And congratulations. When we say this, we're usually like really happy, or we say it loudly, so it'll be like congratulations with an exclamation mark. Number 4, we went to the store yesterday. When we were there, we bought some food. So these two are like complete ideas. It makes sense that we say we went to the store yesterday. That makes sense. Or when we were there, we bought some food. It makes sense too. So what we're missing is periods. There's different sentences. And here the W would be capital letter. Then number 5, if you bought a laptop, your job would be easier. What's missing there? So the thing that's missing is a comma, because we have a subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence. So we need a comma to separate the two parts. So that would be it for this video. I hope you found it useful. Yeah, that's it. Bye.